one thing that I think is especially noteworthy in our data is that when we asked parents about the kinds of things that were making the biggest difference for them, we
Mm-hmm.
learned a couple of things. First of all, we learned that parents were reporting that their children were actually a big source of support for them in dealing with kind of day to day stresses and challenges. When we first got that finding, we kind of assumed that it meant that there were older kids in the household that might be provide
Uh-huh.
babysitting or other kinds of things. But it turned out that people were referring to their very young children. And
Mm.
I think that's really important from a relational perspective that we certainly know that adults are this incredible and necessary source of nurturing and support for children. But I think we often overlook the extent to which young children also provide
Mm.
support and nurturing to their parents. So I think
Mm.
that's
It's
one really,
bidirectional, sure.
yeah, exactly. The other thing that we found was that one of the things that helps to interrupt this chain reaction the most is when parents report that they're able, in spite of these challenges, to maintain consistent daily routines. And
Mm.
there is a ton of great research out there on the development of executive functioning or self regulation
Mm-hmm.
or social
Mm-hmm.
emotional development that suggests that a predictable environment that's consistent across time, not like lockstep, everything happens at exactly the same time every day, but enough consistency around routines like mealtimes and bedtimes that
Mm-hmm.
children can really map onto this. And so I think, thinking about like in the healthcare context, if parents are saying, what can I do
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of all of these challenges that maybe society needs to solve, like poverty and childcare, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
I think one piece of really powerful advice is that the more you can maintain consistency and predictable routines for your child, the more that helps sort of get in the way of some of
Mm-hmm.
the things that introduce stress into households.